That looks awesome. Hmm.
That's gorgeous.
That is Lake Superior.
There's some magic for you.
I'm jealous, Carol.
So
Okay.
Carol,
I won't
where
even
are
show
you?
you. I won't even show you mine, Carol, because I've got. Well, I won't even say the word. Rain.
You have
No,
that S.
no.
You have that S word.
It's supposed to come on Monday again.
Oh no! You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Wyoming.
I know we've needed the water, but you know, it gets a little old.
Yep.
We had a tornado in our area this morning. So,
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
yeah.
Where are you doing okay? Wait, Jane, weren't you under a tornado watch too a little while ago? Was it you or
Yesterday,
someone
yeah.
else? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're still under a watch till about 2:00, but the rain has let off for now, and I think we have another round coming at us this afternoon. So,
Oh,
but
wow.
yeah, nobody was killed, thank goodness. I think there were
Thank heavens.
a couple small injuries, but a few houses destroyed or barns or that type of thing. So I think it was more structural than anything.
Oh, well, Leanne, remind me again, where are you at?
I'm in Central Virginia,
Oh, okay.
in Lynchburg. So
Yeah, is that
Oh,
by
Jack
you?
Daniels country.
no, that's Tennessee.
Oh, that's
we
right,
are-
Lynchburg,
we're
Tennessee. Sorry.
We are
You're
actually known for Liberty University and Jerry Falwell.
Oh, you lucky peeps.
Carrie, is that by you?
Yeah, I'm near Richmond.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yep. I
We had
visit
to
Richmond.
watch.
Yeah, one of my closest and oldest friends lives in Richmond, so know that area well.
That's awesome. All right. Oh, here's Debbie. Sorry, I was hurrying and eating my breakfast. It's been a crazy morning. I think we're good now. Well, welcome,
What
Catherine.
shirt you got on there, Carol?
What?
Troublemaker shirt?
Yep, absolutely.
Is that the one you're
I-
wearing?
Little troublemaker. Oh, I have to tell you, I was so cool. We stopped in Grand Marais, Minnesota yesterday, and they had this cute little bookshop. And I asked them if they'd. I had my Merrick shirt on, and no, actually, I think I had this one on. And she said she was reading it, and I said, "Have you ever heard of Katie Cross?" And she said, "Well, no." And I said, "Oh," I said, "You got to go." I said, "Katie Cross Books." I said, "She's fantastic." And there was this lady and her daughter checking out, and I said, "It's young adult." I said, "But when we get on our Zoom calls, we're all a little older than young adult." And the mom said, "Oh, young adult." She said, "Young adult is my favorite. Is some of my favorites." And I said, "Oh," I said, "You've got to go to Katie Cross Books. You will love her if you like dragons, if you like witches." And they all, both of them, just And I said, "You got to go." I said, "You got to go to Katie Cross Books." I said, "You're going to love her." I said, "If you." And they said, "Oh, we do. And then we went to this little donut shop right next to it, and we came back out, and she says, "I forgot already." I said, "Katie Cross Books." And I showed her my shirt again, and I said, "Katie Cross Books, Katie Cross." And I think the girl will remember, because I said, "If you like dragons and witches," I said, "this is it." I said, "You got to go." So
Thanks,
Take a
Carol.
picture of the shirt. Tell them to take a picture of the shirt next time.
exactly, take a picture of my shirt. Don't worry about it. Just take a picture of my shirt.
There you
Oh, that's so awesome. Thank you. Oh, that's so powerful when people hear like word of mouth like that. It's amazing, especially in a bookstore. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing
Well,
Lord's
after
work,
finishing
Carol.
Derek, I had to have my Team Merrick shirt on today.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Zoom call day. You have to have your Team Merrick shirt on, obviously.
Where's Garrett? Where's Garrett?
I was
today?
going to say, where's Garrett?
Poor guy. He's got to like work and have kids and put up with us. Catherine, it's been a while since we've seen you. Welcome back.
Hi,
How are you
Catherine.
doing?
I went to Miami for my goddaughter's graduation.
And how did it go?
It was actually very nice.
Because you were listening to audiobooks on the way, right?
I was.
Oh, yeah. Right.
So it's very funny because we'd been going down the road a while. My mom's 83. She's listening. And I thought that the audiobook would be good because, that way people may not like the same music, but if you're listening to a story, the problem was I don't think it was initially clear to her that it was alternating. We were listening to Freedom. So it was alternating between Sana and Isabel, right? So and she's like, I don't understand. They're talking about her dad, and they were just talking about alligators. And I'm like, alligators? Do you mean dragons? Yeah, that's it.
Really
That's the
big
next one,
alligator.
Alligators.
Alligator.
Really
Not
big.
that far
We're
off.
in alligator territory, so we have alligators right out the back fence. It's not a big deal. It's just, but it was the whole, question of, just knowing that the characters' stories were playing out alternately in the chapters, and it wasn't inherently clear to her what was going on. So
That's cool. Well, I mean, she's really not that far off, right?
yeah. There you
Be
go.
fair.
But it was funny. So who has a dragon mug? I have a question for you.
Oh, the magic ones that change.
Yes.
Jane does.
Yes.
I do.
So
I do.
I need to know, this is a dimension that's not on the website. The handle. So here's the mug, here's the handle. I need to know the height and the distance away from the mug. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I need those two measurements from somebody who has one. If you wouldn't mind sharing that, I'd be really grateful.
Hey, Louise.
Give me 1 minute and I'll go get it.
Jane, you're
Thank
awesome.
you.
Jane's got like inventory of all our swag and books.
Well, I was online. I was, because it just turns out that yesterday my brother-in-law, and he has dementia, so it is what it is. He broke one of my mugs. He's broken two that were gifts, and I'm like, awesome. But I have a particular style that I like. We always have a personal how it fits your hand.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they're too short, I don't like it if I can't get my fingers in to the handle. Does that make sense? So I'm like, I've already picked out what I want. And I was reading the options to my son last night. Okay. Do I sound more like a, dragons are not cuddly type, that one, or they make no promises, or whatever it is? This is the two, right?
Dragons make no promises.
Mom, you could have any of them and you're going to be happy. What different is the dragon different? I'm like, no, the dragon's identical.
That's awesome. I love it. You put a lot of thought into your decisions. I think that's awesome.
Well, I literally went through Amazon and looked at 400 mugs
Oh, wow.
because I'm trying to find. So what is it?
It's like about 2.5 inches in the inside,
From
maybe.
top to top of the handle.
So is it about 3.5 when you include the handle top to bottom?
It's right at 3.
It's
From
right
the
at
top
3.
of the handle to the bottom. Of the
Okay.
handle.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Okay. Inside, I'm sorry. I'm
That's okay.
stuffy. I just got diagnosed with COVID like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, bless you.
Congratulations.
So now I'm part of the
You
club.
win.
Just get it over with, Jane. It's better.
This is about 2.25 on the inside.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then what else did you need?
From
So
the cup to the edge
from
of
the
the
cup to
handle.
so here's the
Awesome.
edge of the cup and here's the doodad, right? Here's the handle.
The
Like the
doodad.
measurement between here.
That sounds like a southern thing. Here's the doodad.
Here's the doodad. No, I've pretty much
Right,
always.
Debbie?
Yeah.
About an inch and a quarter.
Okay. Awesome.
In the middle. About
Thank
an inch
you.
and a quarter.
Perfect. That's what I needed to know.
Anything
That
else?
is funny. Thank you,
So
Jane.
is that funny that those are the questions that I asked, right? Thank you.
You're beautiful, Vanna.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute because I have a question over it.
Oh, you're fine. Sushmita, how are you? You're
Hi,
here.
How are you? Yes, I finally made it. This month has been so busy with
You've been
lots of
working
travel.
hard for me too.
Yes. I'm trying to find like little times in the night to kind of get to it. So I'm excited. The book is your book is coming along so well. I'm so
Oh.
excited.
Oh, she's everyone, just in case you forgot, Sushmita is reading Protect Me, my next romance novel that's coming out. So she's helping me make Vikram and the whole story really, really awesome. It's awesome.
Cool.
I think the way I come in there is I'm like giving her like Indian food recipes for now, and like
I'm like yes,
throw this in there. This is a good one to eat.
She's like, here's a grocery list that Vikram might buy. I was like, oh yes, no, I can go buy it all.
and I want you to start experimenting and trying and cooking all those things. I mean, your kids might like it too. So
yes, with all the free time that's coming up when school lets out, that's gonna happen.
oh, it's interesting. Like we, a local moms group met this week at a friend's house, and she had like the kids come over and roll their own gnocchi and make fresh pesto for it with like, I didn't know you could do pistachio and pesto. I mean, she did like basil, kale, and parsley with pistachio, and it was so delicious. I mean, it was
That sounds
amazing.
delicious. I would eat that with a spoon. Like,
I,
I saw
Katie, if I
videos
thought I'd
saying,
get to your house in one piece, I'd ship you some. I have some in my freezer I made last fall from my garden.
Wow.
geez.
Oh,
yummy.
yum.
Yeah, and the pistachio is really good to me. So yeah, it's very good.
What were you
Yeah,
saying?
it was.
I saw a video by this YouTube channel called Sorted Food, where they basically do a lot of different things, and they did one about pesto, and they said you can use anything you want. Like for it's just like 3 ingredients more or less, some kind of like vegetable, some kind of nut, and oil, I think it was. So yeah, it's amazing how simple
Yes.
it is to do.
I mean, I didn't think about it. I always assumed you have to do pine nuts, and I was like, I
Yeah.
don't want to buy such a big bag of pine nuts and not be able to use it. So
Mhm.
I never tried
A lot of
making it.
pesto.
So now
Yeah.
it was a fun experience though. So
That's
just
awesome.
cooking together.
Especially
So that's a good idea for your kids, right? Like have a cookout or something with them and keep them busy.
Yeah, it's always interesting bringing the 4-year-old into it.
and yet yesterday was my son's 7th birthday, so that
Happy
was
birthday
that
at the
was
Harvard.
fun.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. So we just, I mean, we kept it quiet. We're going to do the friends celebration next week. We pushed it out because it was supposed to rain. So we just did like a pizza night out with the family. So it was fun.
Oh, that's fun.
And
It'll be
today,
more fun.
and today he gets to do a hike with a couple of his friends through a forest nearby. So a small creek hike.
Nice.
And then they get to eat like strawberry donuts at the end of it. So it'll be fun.
I'll hike for that.
I would like for strawberry donuts.
I would do that.
Jane, come on to Montana. We'll get to. I'll dangle strawberry donuts on a stick for you.
That
This
reminds me,
is
Katie.
this is
I
going to be
thought-
my second time trying to use a hiking carrier and carry my 20-month-old with
Yeah.
us on the hike. And we on that little hike we also see the oldest tree in Kirkland. It's 600 years old. And it did
Wow.
fall out in a storm, but there's still like most of it there. So it's very interesting.
600 years. Wow, that's amazing. Jane, what were you
Hey.
saying?
I thought about you yesterday. Did you see the senior prank in Montana?
No. What was
A
it?
bunch of seniors
The what?
rode horses to school because there is a law in Montana that if the kids ride horses, the principal has to care for the horses while the kids are in class. So a whole bunch of the seniors rode horses to school.
That
I'm
absolutely.
like, I
surprised me
so
now.
have to tell that to Katie. That is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Where was it at in Montana? Do you know?
I'm not sure. It just said Montana.
Yeah,
Kid-
and that makes total sense,
senior-
frankly. Yeah, that's what we are.
I think Montana or Wyoming is where I would expect.
Both. Yep.
Yeah.
I could
That
see
would
it in
happen
Idaho
here.
too, but Montana and Wyoming for sure. They're a little more of a frontier still.
Hey,
That's
Jane, just a little tidbit for your COVID.
Uh-huh.
If you can get some sunflower seeds,
Really?
yeah, there's something about the sunflower seeds that's good for the COVID.
for the COVID, the Rona.
Yeah, the Rona.
It's
Yeah. Yeah,
Scared of the
yeah.
sea.
I made some tinctures this spring with it because I'd found that out, and so it's nice to have that. But if you could eat, sunflower seed, that would help.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. I
Yeah.
love sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
You're like doctor's orders, man.
Gotta
If I could
Can't
ship
be
you a
your- I have a
tincture,
whole
but by the
bag
time
of
it got there, it'd
sunflower
be a little
seeds.
late. So
Squirrels.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dig into those, but I will get some.
So
what-
Kim, do you have a website?
I don't have one. My daughter keeps saying I need to get one. I don't have one. I just kind of I
Just
have
word
my
of mouth?
Facebook. I have my Facebook page, and so, but it doesn't have a lot of the things on there. So yeah, you can just contact me, and I can kind of send you some info. I just took a fun class last Saturday though that is going to be really. I do face zone or foot zoning if anybody knows what that is, but I just did a
that?
fun class that's called face zoning, and it's so nice. It's so relaxing. It's almost like a face massage. Oh, so nice.
Oh,
Awesome.
wow.
Can you put your Facebook page link in the chat?
I will do that. Yes,
Great, thank you.
it's holistic health with a W. That's kind of confusing, but if I can get it up here.
Awesome, thanks. How is everyone doing?
Well, when you talk about cliffhangers, we're not going to give anything away here because some people may
Oh, that's
not
right.
finish
Some
Derek,
people,
but-
yeah.
I just
Wow.
got it this
Who
morning.
has started Derek? Like, because I think everyone here is in
I
the lunch team,
Just started it at the doctor. I
Not
started-
yet.
except Robert. Hey, Robert. Robert, you
I
still-
didn't get it, so I didn't know.
You didn't get it still? Okay. Let me email it to you right now. That's the other thing I was going to do today. You have the ebook, right, Debbie?
Well, I pre-ordered the audio, but either way.
Do you want okay, you pre-ordered the audio? Let me pull it up right now.
I've not started because I had a bit of a fiasco last night.
You had a bit of a what?
Hector brought home a bird, and I was trying to nurse it back to health.
Aw.
So nice of him.
It died overnight, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Aw.
They're hard.
Oh.
When... Was it a baby?
I don't know. I think it was like a young bird, but who
Yeah.
knows?
So
Yeah.
Hector got it while he was outside.
Yeah, he decided he wanted to bring me a gift home, and
My dog.
I
my dog-
managed to get it off him and separate him from the bird, and I had the bird safe in a box with like loads of ear holes, and someone was going to collect it today to make sure it was in good health, but then it died overnight, so I had to call up the charity this morning and say, look, it's died. No point sending anyone now, unfortunately.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry.
I did have something good this morning though.
Yeah. It arrived!
Ah,
Oh my gosh.
I
so
just
hard
got
with
mine too.
My Prana sticker this week as well.
Oh, sweet. They're starting to arrive. Okay. Someone else, Mystic emailed me today because she hasn't got her Prana sticker, but I sent them like 10 days
I have
ago,
mine.
2 weeks ago now. It was over 2 weeks ago now. So they should be arriving in places. I mean, if you've gotten it in Wales, like people in the US should be getting it. But the guy at the post office, I was like talking, so I have all these like small envelopes, right? Like my brother-in-law, I told him, I was like, hey, buy me some envelopes. I have to mail some stickers. So he bought me these like huge envelopes. They're like massive. And the stickers are like this big. So I've been cutting them in half, but some of them get sent back to the post office for whatever reason. So I talked to the guy and he was like, oh, if I see those come back, I'll just turn them around and send them right back to the people. And I was like, thanks. So I just checked my PO box and none of them had come back as of Tuesday. So they should all be there. If you guys are supposed to get a sticker and you didn't get one, just email me and I'll get it sent off if they don't arrive by next week. But because someone else had just emailed me with that. But Louise, I'm glad that Bonbons made it. I think.
Yeah, thanks again for that. I'll be
Yeah.
giving it a read once I finish Derek.
A fun one. I know there's a lot. Books are just
I
constantly
finished
coming.
Derek and it's amazing.
You did finish it?
Oh, I could not put it down. Sorry.
yeah.
I
Don't
finished
apologize.
it. I finished it last night. I can't help it. It's
I
like I,
know.
got it
I-
and it's done. It's like,
It's
oh,
one of
now I gotta
those.
wait for the Forgotten Gods. Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought, Carol.
yes.
I finally
yes.
went to bed. I don't know what time last night. So then I had 2 chapters left. I had to hurry and finish this morning.
That's
Isn't
awesome.
that like, now we gotta wait for Forgotten Gods, and I'm going to go nuts. Oh,
Oh, here's Garrett. You know what we can do too, because you guys are, oh my gosh, you're so fast. I was gonna schedule a Zoom or like a launch team call for tonight for like people that had already read Derek, so we could like talk about it. But I was like, no, that's like 2 days. And I'm like, well, that's a dumb thing to think. Of course, there will be people ready. And then I'm a panelist at MissoulaCon this weekend, so I have to leave in a couple hours to go do some presentations at MisCon. So I don't know if I will tonight, but and then I'm booked all day tomorrow, Sunday and Monday. But next week for sure, I'll schedule like a separate call for launch team members that have read Derek and want to talk about it before the launch so that we're not giving away spoilers during the launch Coffee with Katie. Sushmita.
I just wanted to ask, does Prana have spoilers for Derek? Do I have to read it in that order? Because I still haven't gotten to either of them. So
I would honestly recommend Derek first and then go to Prana. You could read them, you could swap them and it would be fine, right?
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
My brain.
I didn't even realize your romance novel will be like so big. So I'm sorry, like on chapter 13.
No, you're fine. Like take your time on it, honestly. It's actually one of my smaller romance novels. Like it's only 60,000 words and they're normally like 80. So I was like, oh no, Sam, let me know if this is too short. But it can, when you're reading through it to help with something like what you're doing, it just takes longer because you're
I'm like rereading, going back to chapter.
Oh yeah. Don't like, definitely don't do too much. Like don't overthink it, you know. Like even just you reading it and pointing out stuff that I can make better or more like true to life is great. So I appreciate it. You're awesome. Was there another question that popped up?
No.
Okay. Yeah, Robert, I don't know if you saw, but welcome. Garrett, you're here. We were talking about you earlier. All good things, of course.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
you recorded it, so I'll be able to confirm that.
Yeah, that's true. And I encourage you to do so. Dang it, I work against myself here. Yeah, so we were, anyway, you heard we were all just talking about, people are just saying they really like Derek, but we're not going to give away spoilers. Are there people here who haven't finished Derek?
Yeah, okay. I'm only 30% through. So.
Okay, we won't. Yeah, it's not one that's, yeah, you definitely don't want it spoiled. You just want to discover this one for sure.
You know.
Okay.
But those of you that have finished Derek, when we're done, why don't you hang out and we can talk about it for 10 or 15 minutes because I have a little leeway on the other side of this call. Then, so if you finish Derek and you want to talk about it, just hang on after we end in half an hour and we'll chat about it. It's so good. It's so good. By way of updates, I finished the secret novella that comes after The Forgotten Gods. And the audiobook is recorded and I'm proofing it. So that one is just about ready to go. And I'm just about, where am I? Like page 180 in The Forgotten Gods of like 250 or something. So my final pass of The Forgotten Gods, I'm like 3/4 of the way done or 2/3 of the way done finishing The Forgotten Gods. And then I'm starting the audiobook today. So even though I haven't all the way finished through, I'm going to start the first part of the audiobook to get it going so that we have an advance because I want to have The Forgotten Gods for you, since you're all launch team members, like around the 17th of June.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Okay.
We can handle that, Kim. I think we can handle just many weeks. That's good.
If you need to get it to us a little bit earlier, we're okay.
I am so glad we don't have to wait a year for this.
I know. Oh my gosh.
There's no way after reading Derek you could wait a year. Can you imagine?
No, not on your no.
No way. And then, but you guys, you won't get the secret novella until launch day. So the launch team will just have to get the secret novella on launch day.
Now, the secret
maybe you read a sentence from the secret novella and we guess what it could be, the title.
Well, Carrie, do you think that the title of the secret novella would be a spoiler? Is she still? Yeah, you're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carrie. I didn't want to know yet. Good girl.
Yeah. I don't think you do.
Honestly, when you talked about a novella at the end of Derek, that's not the secret novella.
I talked about Regina.
Okay, so that's not
the secret novella.
Okay, all right.
The secret novella is a bonus book. You guys get 2 books in the month of July.
Oh, good.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's fun on the production side.
When does it go up to order?
What'd you say?
When do we get to like pre-order the secret one?
There's no pre-order.
Oh, so it's included with.
No, it's just once you finish the Forgotten Gods, there will be a link, and that's the only way to get it. So I'm not
exciting.
I'm not putting it up on the website to see. Like, it won't be listed in the books. It's too much of a spoiler. So
wow.
The only way you can buy the secret novella is the link at the end of the Forgotten Gods. Or if you're an audio, then I will tell you what to type in to go buy the audiobook for the secret novella.
Well, good thing the launch team gets the Forgotten Gods first then, because then we can be ready for the secret novella when it comes out next on launch day. Because most of us will have the Forgotten Gods done
in like a day.
Good grief, it's a lot of reading.
Oh, Daniel, I didn't even say hello to you. I'm so sorry. Hi.
Hello.
I admitted you in and I was like, oh, I gotta say hi to Daniel. I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
It is a lot of reading and it's a lot of listening. So the secret novella, it's about 20,000 words. So it was like a 2-hour audiobook. So it's not massively huge, but it's everything you want. I'm just going to say that. So
she doesn't
You
sleep.
gotta keep us coming back,
She
Kim.
stays awake thinking, what can I do to torment them this month?
It's true.
Exactly.
I keep torment at the front of my mind. It's absolutely true. I do sleep, maybe not enough, but some.
I have a feeling the secret novella is like a romance novel, Baxter versus Derek.
All I'm gonna say about the secret novella is that it wraps up all your questions. Do you think that's fair, Carrie? Do you think it wraps up all the questions?
I don't think you will.
Carrie's laughing. That's not a good sign.
What do you want me to answer,
Here's
Carrie?
the one we have to torture.
Well, don't you think that the secret novella answers the questions from the Forgotten Gods? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I definitely think it answers a lot of
Carrie, you're gonna be getting all kinds of questions now. You're the one to torture.
I think I'm losing my internet.
Sorry, my dogs are freaking out about a squirrel. Sorry.
Well, why not? A squirrel is a magical thing.
Right, like they can't bark at the bear that I stumbled onto the other day.
Exactly.
I'm freaking out over these squirrels. I'm still bitter. Like,
Squirrels are this big.
bear was right there, and they did not
Bears
even
are this big.
Gosh, it wasn't a grizzly. It was a black bear. They're not that.
They're
skinny.
being smart.
No,
They're saying, sneak by the bear quietly, and look, squirrel.
Yeah. Worthless. I need a Catahoula hound. Anyway, so basically what happens, the Forgotten Gods ends in such a way that there are a lot of questions. And those of you that have read Derek have a hint of that, right? So the secret novella just kind of bridges that so that War of the Gods isn't answering the questions from the Forgotten Gods. So I give you these 20,000 words to kind of like settle down after the Forgotten Gods, because it is one of the most intense endings I've ever written. Like that was a lot. Like a lot of me came out of this book, especially that ending. It's so big. So the Forgotten Gods like ends really high. Oh, hi Hector. And then the secret novella just answers all those questions. And I think you're gonna love it. So you guys will, we're not gonna say the title. We're not gonna list it on the website for a month and after the launch of the Forgotten Gods, so people can just find it after they finish the book and then buy it. So Regina will be coming out in August, and then Lita is coming out in September. And then War of the Gods comes out in October. And then Jane, I'm still figuring out Martin and Mildred.
Thank you.
I'm not making any promises, but
you are.
The problem is I'm narrating short stories from the network series right now. And oh my gosh, Lila, it is like almost 3 a.m. What is she doing here?
Oh my God.
I'm narrating short stories. Oh my gosh, Lila.
You made it.
I have them here.
What are you doing, Lila? Are you on an Arctic expedition?
No, it's just
Oh my gosh, that was
She
so funny.
sent me a message at like, well, my time, I don't know what it was her time. It was about 1:45 my time this morning to see if I'd finished the book yet.
Lila, did you finish?
Can you hear us, Lila?
Oh, nuts. I don't think she can hear us yet.
Oh my goodness, Lila, you're so
Looks
funny.
It's hilarious.
A rough time in the morning. Anyway, so
Okay. Hello.
Did you finish it, Lila? Did you finish?
Yes. I did.
okay, so Lila, there are a lot of people that haven't. So we're at 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock my time. Oh, you're fine. Lila, at 11 o'clock my time, so in 25 minutes, those who haven't read it will just go. And if you've read it and want to talk about it, you can stay on a little bit longer and we'll talk about it.
Perfect timing.
And then I'll schedule a call for next week for everyone else that wants to talk about it. We'll do like an extra call for launch team members. So anyway, so welcome, Lila.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's the deal. Short stories from the network series I'm narrating as an audiobook, but there's a lot of additional stories in there from Martin and Mildred's point of view around like really big scenes and events. So I'm kind of debating if I even have like room for another story for Martin and Mildred because I've already covered so much of that.
You do.
So I will say
You do.
I will say I do think that there's room for like a novella, like a short story novella that covers.
Yes, there is.
Some more critical points.
She might be making a trip out to Montana to babysit you.
I know.
Mason, by the way, asked me, when are we going to go visit Miss Katie?
Yeah, when are you?
I said, maybe that would take us a week to get up there driving because I can't drive straight through.
No, why would you want to?
I have to stop and rest. I said, then I need a week to recover from the week drive and then stay a week.
Yeah.
And then so we're going to need at least a month.
I support all of this. But my RV, who we've named Harvey, so funny. Harvey, my RV. Harvey is in the shop for a few weeks getting fixed after my in-laws lived there for 6 weeks. So just let me know when. And I'll make sure Harvey's ready for you.
It won't be this summer, but I'm hoping because I think next summer we're going to be going to Colorado Springs to visit the academy. So I'm thinking like just scoot on up.
It's like a 10-hour scooter upper. If you're good with that.
That's better than like a 28-hour scooter upper.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or we could meet at my cabin in Wyoming and Kim could scoot over too.
Yeah.
That's what we should
do.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless, just know, Jane, I'm working on it. And I think now I have to because you just shoved me under the bus.
Under the RV, anyway.
Yeah. Shove me under Harvey.
Debbie, that was a good one.
Oh, that's awesome. And then The Advocate is launching in December. So I figured out that I have to launch The Advocate before I launch Isadora and Maximilian and Sana stories. So before I can go into the Sister Witches saga, I have to have The Advocate out. So that'll be December. And then the beginning of 2023 is going to be like the Sisterhood saga. It'll go, I don't know. I'm really hesitant to say there's 10 books, but in my brain, there's 10 books. So it would be like all of 20.
One a month at least, huh?
I don't know, you guys.
No pressure.
I have great plans for this being 10 books, but I don't know. Sana's pretty dang bossy. So we're just gonna see. I know. Thank you.
I love her.
I know. We all love her. She's pretty amazing. So anyway, so that's kind of what we're looking at through the end of the year. The Regina, I'm working on now. And then Lita is actually kind of Lita and Hiddleston, but we're putting it under Lita so that you'll get more like of Hiddleston's story through the Lita story. It's so fun. I talked it out on my way home from Idaho this last couple days, and it's just going to be such a fun story. So anyway, so those are the plans for launches. So you get an extra book in July, and then you'll still get the book a month for the next probably year. It's kind of the plan. So
my question to you, Katie, is if you're so flippin' excited about how the Forgotten Gods ends, how in heaven's name are we going to wait for War of the Gods? If this is amazing for the Forgotten Gods, oh my gosh, I can't wait for the War of the Gods. If this is like where you're going,
no
girl,
pressure, right?
You're amazing. Yeah, no pressure, Katie. It's like, what?
Yeah, I haven't been stressing about War of the Gods at all.
Okay, when does I know you just told us that, but when does that one launch?
In October.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have Dragon Con and FanX. So I have Dragon Con in Atlanta at the beginning of September and FanX in Salt Lake City at the end of September. So I didn't want to launch War of the Gods is almost first drafted. Like it could probably be ready in September, but I'll be gone so much that it wouldn't be like a good launch. And I want to get Lita out. So October we can actually sit down and have like a bangering launch for War of the Gods. Something else I wanted to bring up, just because there's two things actually. Don't let me forget the t-shirts. But second, so a bunch of people have been having a hard time with all of these pre-orders, not just remembering like what they've pre-ordered, but also email delivery has been kind of wonky. Like Debbie, you didn't get your books. There's just like people that aren't getting the books that they're ordering. So we've been working with my email service provider, ActiveCampaign. We've been kind of figuring out like, how can we make this easier? Because if we keep this book a month schedule, we want it to be easy for everyone, right? Like, so we're throwing around a bunch of ideas. Like, do we stop offering pre-orders? What do we do? But I like the pre-orders are good, so you can just grab it when you're excited. What we're going to try with the Forgotten Gods, and there will be more emails coming out about this, is to not have separate launch team products. So you guys buy like the launch team, whoever's on it buys like a separate version of the same thing. And we're wondering if that's somehow contributing to the issue where there's too many products with the same SKU. And anyway, so that would put launch team members buying at full price. So we would either try like a discount code, or we might just, oh my gosh, my dogs, you guys.
You have leaves blowing too.
Ridiculous. Well, there's a squirrel. Like, and it's just toying with them now.
Taunting them.
Yeah.
That's what squirrels do.
Ridiculous. Anyway, so we might have to do the Forgotten Gods at a full price launch for the launch team, just to kind of see what happens, see if it eases some of that, pulls it back. I figure most people are probably fine with it. Some people will not be. So, and that's okay, because I get it. Like, money is hard right now, at least in the US. The economy is pretty ugly these days.
Well, whenever I put in the code for I'm having a brain fog.
It's all good. For the
ambassadors.
Yeah. It took 10% off of the total. And then it gave me 10% of that total.
Yeah.
Is what it did. So I didn't know if that's supposed to do that. Is it supposed to be a 10% discount code?
Yeah, so it does give 10% off automatically.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
No, you're fine. So right now, the Alcara Ambassadors program, our affiliate program, is really new, and I'm going to be diving more into it after we launch Derek. But right now we're having it that you can also make royalties on your own purchases, right? So if you buy books through your code, you're going to make some of that money back. We have that right now just while the Ambassadors program is going, to kind of get people into it and using it. Once we open this up to like my email list or people in the Facebook group or whoever else really wants to try it, we'll probably take that off. So only orders coming from people like outside of your email address would qualify for like you to make money off of it. But for right now, we're just leaving that on to kind of get people trying it out to see what you think. So
I just didn't know if it was supposed to discount the total.
I appreciate that. But yeah, for right now, yeah.
Okay.
It won't be that way forever, but for right now, it's good. Louise, do you have a question?
Yeah, basically, so with Forgotten Gods and War of the Gods, I did pre-order them like last year, so I've got them on the full price pre-orders anyway. I thought, with regards to the launch team, should I just email you on whatever date you send out the launch team editions, just to make sure I get them with the launch team? Or
yeah, so if you're in the launch team and you're not getting the email with the delivery email on the day that you like that I'm sending it out, just send me an email, because I only log into Facebook like once a day, sometimes twice a day if there's something going on. And so I just don't want you waiting that long, but I'm in my email all day. I use my email as my to-do list. So like I tell my team, if you ever need me to do something, tell me that thing in the subject and just email it to me, and then I use it as my to-do list. So just do that, like, hey, I didn't get Derek or whatever, and in the subject, and then I will reply and send it to you. The problem is this, like, no matter how much we tweak and work and change, email servers do whatever the crap they want. So you guys email me and say, hey, I didn't get it. And then I look every time, like, what's the chain of events? Like, when was it purchased? Did the SKU go through? Does the tag show up? Is the email sent? And everything has happened. Like, the emails send, but the servers don't take them. Right. So then it's just a matter of there's nothing to fix. So ActiveCampaign and I have been working together, like, hey, can we check deliverability? Can we do this? Let's do this. Let's get a different server. Like, we do everything we can to get those emails in your inbox. But again, the email servers do whatever they're like Prana, right? Like, they're just gonna do whatever they want. So no matter what we do, there's going to be some people that just don't get the links when they're supposed to get the links. So that's why you just email me, and anytime we have like a launch team getting an early product or something like that, I try to stay really close to my email to kind of send those out to you so that you get it as soon as possible. With every launch.
Did you ever find the emails I sent you yesterday?
No. So Jane,
my website email.
I looked in my spam before I even messaged you on Facebook. I looked in my spam and I checked through all my inbox, everything. There was no email from you at all. So that's what I mean. Like, there's no reason it shouldn't have brought it from you, because you and I have emailed.
I email you from there all the time.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's why I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's not spam. It's not, I don't have like social and promotions or whatever. Like, I have two, and I check each one every day, multiple times, just to make sure. Right. So it is what it is, right? It's kind of the nature of the beast.
I have it now. So
yeah. So then we're actually, so every time that a book isn't delivered, we have a spreadsheet and we keep track. So then I can send it to ActiveCampaign and say, what's going on? Like, are we doing something? Like, is there a better way to structure this? And some things that we're noticing is that those that have pre-ordered a long time ago, sometimes those don't get fulfilled as quickly. That's why we're like, well, maybe we shouldn't offer pre-order. Maybe we should just send people the link as soon as it's ready and the books just come out. But I think there's you lose a lot that way, because some people want to pre-order when they're excited and then it just arrives for them, so I don't think we're going to stop pre-orders, but anyway.
But that's what that's what happened with me. I pre-ordered all of them up to War of the Gods back at the end of last year before I was on the launch team, so I pre-ordered the standard version. I was also wondering, are you going to be doing the thing with Amazon as well, where
so
I know you did the thing with Amazon where you discount it for a week, and then so we can put the reviews onto Amazon. I didn't know if you were doing that again or not.
Yeah, so in January, basically, without boring you, we switched to a new business model, and it's this, like, we're doing a book a month, we're focusing on my website, that kind of stuff. As this has rolled out, we just don't do business with Amazon all that much. And the goal at this point for us, and part of the reason I started the Alcar Ambassadors and a bunch of other things, is because I want to keep writing a book a month for you. And so now we're trying to simplify everything and say what is really needed that actually helps us be successful. And what we found is that doing that on Amazon is a lot of work, but it doesn't actually help sales at all. Like, we can't see a correlation. So that's why for the launch of the Forgotten Gods, we're just making everything simple for everyone. We're just going to say, yeah, you get it from me. If you're on the launch team, you get it a couple weeks early. You put the review on my website. You can try putting on Amazon and on Goodreads. Like, that's really helpful. But we really are just emphasizing katiecrossbooks.com. Right now, big tech is pulling a lot of nasty punches that are hitting authors hard, like ACX, which is the Audible platform. It's the author side of Audible. So when I'm like uploading a book, I do it through ACX and Audible. This was Audible wide, but Audible just decided that you can't buy books without credits. So you can't even just use a credit card to buy a book off Audible anymore. You have to buy their credits to buy a book, which is screwing authors over. Like I have friends that have lost it within 3 weeks, $20,000 across the board, lost $20,000.
Wow.
And there's nothing they can do. There's absolutely nothing they can do.
Because it makes it cheaper for the listener, but that means less for the actual people who are making the books.
Right. So in some ways it is easier for Audible listeners, but in some ways it's not, because some people don't want to be paying like a subscription service or a subscription to Audible. Anyway, it's a flex of power, right? It's Amazon's world, and that they get to do that. It's their business. They get to do what they want. Like I respect that, but it screws over the people on the other side, right? Like I have business partners that are, or like business friends that they're just drowning. Like entire budgets have just been cut out because Audible made one decision. So part of my goal in emphasizing katiecrossbooks.com is stabilizing in a really tumultuous big tech world, right? Like Facebook and Apple, and like Apple's playing nasty with Facebook. Facebook was falling apart for a while, and now like Amazon is playing dirty. So there's just a lot in big tech that it's just not safe to like bank on. And then it makes it hard for readers, right? Like it makes it harder for readers. And for me, it's like the whole goal is to reach readers. So we're trying to create a system that makes it easy and fun for readers to read books again and find people just like them. So part of that.
Easy.
What'd you say, Jane?
BookFunnel makes it easy. Like
I would hope so.
Yeah. I mean, BookFunnel, you just go right there. I mean, you just click the thing down. There's your thing.
I know. I love BookFunnel. It's hard though, because if you haven't ever used BookFunnel, it's like, oh, I don't want another app. So once people are in BookFunnel, they love it, right? And a lot of people I know are moving books to BookFunnel, but it can be hard to kind of get in there if you've never been there. So long answer, please, is that we're all about simplifying. So we're also going to be moving the audiobook launch team and the regular launch team into the same Facebook group. So there's no reason to have separate ones. Like as I've looked at it, I'm like, this is silly. So Samantha's been super crazy busy graduating with her master's, but as soon as she finishes up, like I think next week, one of her first tasks is we're going to figure out how to merge the two groups, and then we're closing the romance Facebook group. And then the romance launch team Facebook group, we're just going to talk to romance launchers through email. So that'll close 3 things. That opens up my time to be able to write more books. So there will be some changes and tweaks coming. And you bring up a good point, Louise. The other issue is that some people are buying the books full price before they knew that there's a launch team edition, or they're coming into the launch team, but they've already ordered them at full price. And it's been really hard to like be fair. So that's why I'm like, I think we're just going to go to full price, and then we'll give the launch team the books early every time. And then we'll just give you more like in terms of swag or like opportunities to speak with me and that kind of stuff. So we'll be nailing all that down here pretty soon. So lots of really great things. Right now we're in a really unique time in the company, because we've done this business model for almost 2 quarters now, and we've just been proving it out. And as it proves out, we see the long-term issues pop up, and we just whack them down like whack-a-mole. Like, okay, here's a problem, let's fix that. Here's a problem, let's fix that. So the goal is by the time we hit the end of Q3 into Q4, then as a business, you guys know exactly what to expect from us, right? So once a month launches, launch team gets in 2 weeks early. These are the prices. This is how it works. And we just do that every single month so that you know what to expect. And then it's easy for you. So this is just right now, we're just kind of shifting into what that will actually look like. So your patience is very appreciated, because we're figuring it out too, honestly. We have no idea what's going on sometimes. So yeah.
Katie,
Go ahead,
I
Carol.
just got, you remember Derek Allen, Sidaway? Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Yep.
Yeah, I just got the Beast Mage ebook.
Oh, the Kickstarter.
Yep.
That's awesome. Have you started reading it yet?
I had to do Derek first.
You're right, Carol. Your priorities are spot on.
I know. My priorities are good here, Katie. Come on now here.
Well, we're actually going to bring Derek into one of the evening edition Coffee with Katie calls. I would bring him into a Friday, but he works for his county. So he works full time and has a little baby girl and has this writing on the side. So,
Wow.
but everyone asks about him. Like I get a lot of questions and emails about Derek because we're doing that the Sword Saga together that's coming out next year. So I'm excited to read Beast Mage. I haven't read it yet either. I think I just backed the Kickstarter. I don't think I even bought a book. It's so ridiculous. Like, oh, I probably should have like bought a book. But Derek's great. So yeah, so he and I, if you guys don't know, Derek Allen Sidaway, he writes like middle grade to YA fantasy, mostly YA stuff. He has the Griffin Writer series. Most of my readers really liked the Griffin Writers. He has a Griffin Writer, so we've actually been writing the series together. So I'm actually, in a month or two, I'm going to be narrating the audiobooks. I'm going to start the first audiobook, and we're going to be launching, I can't remember our contract, but I'm pretty sure it's like once every 3 months next year. So I think that's how we're going to do it. But Derek's really fun. You guys will like him. He'll be fun to kind of bring in. He's really easy to talk to. And he and I are doing a table at FanX together in Salt Lake City. So I don't know where Terry is today, but he better come and see us.
Well, it's really
quick question.
funny. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kim.
A quick question. If we ordered the sword maker already, is that going to be an issue? Do we need to go try to cancel that to do something else, or?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Sword maker will come out at some point.
But I mean, is that going to be an issue with the way some of the changes? Is that going to be a okay.
No. Whatever this will be totally fine. Yeah, whatever you've got. Because if you've ordered the sword maker, you've paid full price, right? I didn't have a Team edition, so it'll be totally fine. There won't be anything that we have to fix retroactively and moving forward this way. It's just we're changing how it moves forward to kind of make things more fair and to even it out and to see if there's a bigger benefit for you guys, so it's just easier and more predictable kind of deal. But anyway, another amazing call. Thank you for those that were patient when I was 3 minutes late after racing our RV in. I know 3 minutes is pretty good. It's not too heavy at all. Any last questions before
we got to wrangle our Hiddleston in?
Wrangle Hiddleston in?
Yeah, because I remember you said that you were gonna invite him into a call, have him come.
Raphael. Yes, we should. You guys would love Raphael. So he is definitely Hiddleston in my mind. He's this like towering, huge black guy with dreadlocks, and I just have always loved him against Lita. She's so pale and small. I just love like the two of them against each other. And Raphael runs the Stories for Nerds podcast. I've been on the podcast a bunch. Have you been listening?
Yeah.
Oh, good. They're fun. They have some really fun discussions. We recorded an entire podcast. It was an hour and 15 minutes and found out that they hadn't been recording the whole time.
No.
Yeah. What?
Oh, man.
Oh.
They felt so bad. It was like, it's fine. Anyway, yeah, maybe I'll see if Raphael wants to come in. And then one of our like witchery people is Logan Miel Goodrich. So she kind of posts every now and then. She comments. She actually works at a bookstore and she's an author and she writes fairy books. So I did a quick video interview with her that I'm going to post on YouTube here soon. But I also thought about pulling her in to a call so we could like talk about her fairies and that kind of stuff. Her graphic designer, I don't know where her book is, but her graphic designer is the same that does my covers. So her covers are like swoony. They're so fun. But wait, yeah, we have some people I wanna pull in to chat with you guys because I think it would be really fun. Would you guys like having another author to talk to on these calls?
That'd be fun.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We'll see if we can get J.K. Rowling on, right?
Why not?
I think we'd get a lot of people on that call.
I won't be here for that one. Do it on a Monday night.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't like J.K. Rowling?
Not anymore.
Yeah. There was some upheaval there for sure. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you all have an awesome weekend and that Lila, I hope you get some more sleep. But if you finish Derek, then hang out. You can chat with our spoilers chat afterwards. All right,
Okay,
so we're gonna.
one more question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Remember how I had duplicates and then
Yeah,
we
has
were
that
just gonna
solved?
use it for Derek? I don't know. I haven't seen anything come through, so I don't know. Do I need to reorder it? And
Are you
then
talking about the book for Derek?
Yes.
You
Not
haven't
the-
received the delivery email and you have ordered it. Is that what you're saying?
I believe so. Remember, I had multiples and I ended up buying the same set because I got another email saying, oh, you got to buy this. So I did. And then I realized as I went through my email that I'd gotten multiple books.
Yeah. And so did we give you a credit?
We were going to apply it to Derek instead of me, trying to return or whatever. We were going to apply it to Derek. And so I'm not entirely certain what I need to be doing.
Okay. So I remember putting the credit on your account. So I marked you as having bought Derek as to kind of cover some of the duplicates you had. I think we did Derek another one. I can look back because I have the notes in my email service provider. So you should have gotten a delivery email since you're in the launch team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should have gotten an email with the link to your book so that you can start reading it. So if you haven't received that, just email me right now and
I'll go validate.
And then after that email you sent me about all the multiple emails, I changed a whole bunch of structure to kind of reduce that, because Andrea Jessen was saying she had the same thing. She would get like a bunch of emails. So I've changed the structure of some of how we do the emails to kind of prevent that from happening. So if you guys are still getting multiple emails and that's an issue, then let me know. Are you getting them, Louise? Are you getting a lot?
Yeah, I have had a couple. I think it's because where I've pre-ordered just the book, but not the audio book. I'm still getting the email because I've only ordered one and not the other.
Well, and also we had like a separate email list for audiobook and a separate email list for ebooks, and I'm merging those too. So then that should cut down the emails, because some people are on ebook and audiobook lists. So that'll cut down those emails. And then if you're in the launch team, I took you out of the weekly email list so that like it should start, so you're not getting multiple emails. So we're trying to reduce that now that people are telling me what's happening, because I don't see it on your side, right? Like I don't see how it lands. So we've been working to reduce some of that. Some of it we can't fix just because you have multiple interests. It's like, well, you're on the launch team and weekly, so you're going to get more emails because you're on the launch team. So yeah. So Catherine, just email me, and then after I get off the call.
Yeah, I'm trying to scan through the most recent emails and I'm not seeing it, but I could be.
Just email me and I'll double check your profile too and just see what's going on. But then I'll just email you the link. So.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go.
All right. Bye, Jane.
Have a good weekend.
Feel better.
Feel better, Jane.
Thank you guys. I needed this today, so thank you very much.
Same.
I'm gonna curl up and read Derek.
Go read Derek.
I am.
All right. See ya. All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Louise.
Bye, Louise.
All right. So who's hanging out for Derek chat?
I cannot.
You cannot, Debbie.
Nope, I haven't listened yet.
But we'll have another. It's like 4.5 hours, by the way. It's really long. But
I'll have it done by the end of the day then.
Yes, you will.
That's my girl, Debbie. You go, girl.
I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, we'll have a chat. We'll have a chat after. I'm going to stop the recording.